What if the person making your life hell at work only got the job because of their last name? That's exactly what one of my clients was facing. Now, for confidentiality, I won't name names or industries, but imagine this. You work your way up from security through blood, sweat, and night shifts all the way to the exec team, only to find yourself constantly undermined by someone who didn't earn it, just inherited it. Nepotism at its finest, you might say. And it messes with your head. Even when you're the most qualified in the room, you start to question yourself. That was his reality. When I first met him, he spoke like he was defending himself, fast, flat monotone, like he was trying to say something before someone more powerful cut him off. And in high-pressure meetings with founders, stakeholders, and boardrooms, that style came across as either defensive or arrogant. It wasn't intentional, but perception matters. At one point, he said to me, "Is it worth it? Maybe I should just retire. I've done enough. Maybe this fight should end." And to be honest, that idea made sense. If you believe the voice in your head that says you don't belong here, then maybe you should follow it. But here's what we did instead. First, we slowed everything down, literally. He was so used to rushing to get his point across, to sound smart, to beat the critic in his head. We had to retain the pace of his voice. We used simple breath pause techniques, silent inhales, elongating vowel sounds, vocal resets before speaking. Instead of racing through his point, he learned to own it phrase by phrase with calm authority. Second, we tackled the imposter syndrome. He had this belief that he needed to prove he deserved his seat at the table. But the truth is, you don't sound confident when you're trying to prove anything. You sound anxious. So we worked on value-based communication. He wasn't there to impress anyone. He was there to lead, to bring clarity, to steady the room, to serve the bigger picture. When your intention shifts from "please accept me" to "how can I serve," your voice changes, your energy changes. And finally, we faced the fear. He'd been avoiding conflict for years, especially with the one colleague who symbolized everything wrong with the system, the entitled one, the blocker. But over time, we practiced holding silence, asserting his views without over-explaining, and leaning into presence. He found he could handle tough conversations without shrinking or blowing up. He just spoke, and that changed everything. He stayed, he led the restructuring, and a few months later, he was promoted to CEO. But here's the point of the story. He didn't get there by trying to sound like someone else or by getting louder or acting confident. He got there by reclaiming his actual voice and aligning with who he is and what he stands for. So if you're in a room where your voice shakes or your mind races or someone else's influence makes you question your worth, don't quit the room, reclaim your voice, and you might be closer to leadership than you think. If you want to learn how to speak with calm authority, even in high-stakes meetings, watch this next video or take the free quiz in the description below and see what's really holding your voice back. Speak soon.